What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Season 7 NHL 22 Pittsburgh Penguins Franchise Mode Series. As you guys can see, they were 5-1 through the preseason. McKinnon has 9 points in 6 games. Show you guys what happened last year. Unfortunately, no Stanley Cup for us. It was the Toronto Maple Leafs who actually won it. I'm actually kind of drawing a blank here. We lost in the second round, I want to say. So, still only had the one Stanley Cup. Luckily, Crosby, Malkin's still on the team. As long as they're around, we still have a good chance. Letang and Fleury, of course, have retired. Speaking of Crosby, Malkin, I'll show you guys the team here. Brad Marchand, Sidney Crosby, Nathan McKinnon's the first line, getting a +5. So that East Coast, Halifax line's reunited. Hopefully they tear it up. McKinnon and Marchand both had career seasons last year. McKinnon had 132, won the Art Ross. Marchand had 128, and he won the Hart and Ted Lindsay. I think McKinnon got a little bit robbed there on the Hart Trophy, but whatever. Second line, Gensel, Tavares, Malkin also gets a +5, so our top 6 is stacked. Schwartz, McKinnon, and Costin even get a +1, which is really nice. Fajimo, Deneau, and Jones on the fourth line is also pretty solid. Deneau, of course, a very good two-way center. Defensively here, we got Lindstein down the top pair with Hamilton, so he's in the NHL playing top pair minutes. We got a lot of hope for this guy, but 22, already 86, medium elite. Hopefully does well. Brodin, Drysdale, second pair get a +3, so our top 4 is very solid. Bottom pair is okay. Iorio 79, Kokkinen 80 should be good enough. Goaltending-wise, Blomqvist, Dossels are tandem, both 83s. I think they were like the AHL tandem only 2 seasons ago, so we'll see how they do in the NHL. In terms of the special teams here, McKinnon, Crosby, Marchand, Gensel, Hamilton, absolutely stacked first power play unit, gets a +5. Second one also gets a +5, so that's going to be solid. You can see Malkin's only an 80, but his shot and his hands are both like high 80, low 90s, so he'll be fine offensively. 4-man power play, +5 for both. PK here, +2s. Deneau and Schwartz, I think, have 2 of the highest defensive ratings probably in the league. 91 for Deneau, 89 for Schwartz. In terms of the 3-man, we got Deneau and McCann, so we're actually giving Crosby a bit of a break now. I'll show you guys the AHL team next here. Roloff, Beecher, Jarvis, I think it's going to be a nasty first line. Gets a +1. Soderblom, of course, still has that great shot. Playing with Zary Othman. We got Tracy, McMichael, Svechkovsky, third line. Flynn, Safronov, Bergholz on the fourth line. You can see these guys are all younger. We'll see how they do. Defensively here, Kuliachonok, Grushnikov, top pair, get a +3. McIntosh, Gouli, Leduc, Yakupov. Definitely like a lower rated defense than we usually have, but a lot of these guys are younger, decent potential, hopefully they grow. I love this too. Our AHL starters, a 40-year-old Carey Price, only 76 overall, he still has all the X factors, still has 95 poise. We'll see if he can get it done for us. Two guys, want to give you a quick update on the captaincy. I think I mentioned last episode, but with Letang gone, Gensel's now right in the A. Crosby, of course, still the captain, with Malkin right in the other A. Also, too, I should show you guys an update on the record book. It's probably not going to change at this point, aside from, of course, Crosby making his numbers go higher. You can see Crosby has all the records now, all-time, higher than Lemieux, except for penalty minutes, which Malkin has. Fleury there has the goalie records. Now, in terms of the season stuff, it's going to be tough to beat. I mean, Lemieux had a 199-point season. We're not touching that. So, nor are we going to touch his goals or assists. Shutouts, 10, Marc-Andre Fleury. Even that's going to be tough. No way do we touch penalty minutes. Or wins, I think maybe we could get if we have a crazy goalie season. Rookie, Crosby's got most of the numbers there. It's going to be tough to beat. And same with game, too. Lemieux had an 8-point game, 6-assist game, 5-goal game. We're probably not going to be touching any more records, but that's okay. Now, I'll show you guys the ratings here. Heading into this season, I feel like we're looking pretty solid. So, we've got 97 offense, 93 defense, 83 goaltending. I see McKinnon no longer has the A. It was glitched before showing that. Rangers, they look pretty good. 92 Fox, 91 Panarin, 88 Lafreniere. And real quick, guys, before I get started with the sim, if you wouldn't mind leaving a thumbs up on this video, it really helps me out. And check out this blockbuster trade that just happened at the beginning of the season. Boston gets Sean Couturier. Philadelphia gets Zetterberg, who I'm guessing is a medium elite prospect, along with a 4th-round pick. That's pretty crazy. We just got a pretty big trade up here, guys, for the Coyotes. Want to give us Timmins for 2 second-round picks. Timmins is making almost $5 million, so that'd bring us right to the cap max. 84 overall. That puts him on the bottom pair. I don't really want to spend $5 million on a bottom pairing defenseman. We're almost at the end of December now. You can see we're playing really well. Gavrikov, I'm going to say no to as well. We lose an OT there to Detroit, but still, we have a 23-9-3 record here at the end of December. I think that's awesome. Tavares, 40 points, 35 games. That's not bad, but I was hoping, McKinnon and Marchand be popping off again. So that second line's actually doing better. 49 points, though. Puts us second in the NHL behind only the Stars, who are insane right now. 59 points. Can't really complain about that. And so we're at the trade deadline here, guys. Continue to play good hockey. We have a record of 39, 17, and 4. 82 points at the deadline. Pretty much a lock here for the playoffs. Flames 81, Stars 88. So still second in the NHL, closing on the Stars. Marchand, solid year. 67 points in 60 games, but definitely not producing anywhere close to what he was last year. Again, that's okay as long as it's getting spread out. I'm actually curious if that's the case, hopefully. Okay, yeah, like our top 5, they're all scoring quite a bit. Gensel could be doing a little bit better, but other than that, I'm pretty happy with what I'm seeing. So really, all we can add, I'd say, is like a better bottom pairing defenseman. I guess, too, we should take a look and see how our goalies are doing, since that was a big kind of question mark this season. And so at the trade deadline here, Joel Farabee, #1 player on the block, 89 overall, 1 year left. Monahan there. Werenski as well. Connor Brown, Devin Tays, Uyghur, Nurse, Frost, Toffoli, Chikrin, interesting. Okay, so some pretty good players here. I'm not really sure if I want to give up that much, though, for a bottom pairing D-man. And like I was saying, we got to take a look at our goalies first, because maybe it'll make sense to bring in a goalie depending on how our guys are doing. So I'm hoping Blomqvist is getting more starts just because he's younger. 32 games played, .9 save percentage, 3.1 goals against. I think that's better numbers than Ukko-Pekka Lehkonen had for us, so can't complain. Dostal's got a .916 and a 2.81 goals against. Wow. And they're splitting exactly even, 32 games played each, and Dostal's actually got the better numbers, so maybe he should be the starter. That's really good, especially with the Simension scoring such a high. Definitely, yeah, can't blame our goalies at all. Carey Price in the AHL. Could be better. So I was looking at how our 2 bottom pairing defensemen are doing this season, guys. Kokkinen here currently has 10 points, 34 penalty minutes, which is quite a bit, but 93 aggressiveness makes sense why. He's a +2 there, averaging about 12.5 minutes a night. And then Iorio here only has 4 assists, 14 penalty minutes, -1, also about 12.5 minutes. I feel like we could definitely kind of improve these 2 a bit. Kokkinen's probably the better one, even though he's in the box more. He's higher rated. So I saw Washington actually had a couple guys we could go for. Colin Miller, 35 years old, 82 overall. Kind of like the perfect all-around defenseman. He's got decent puck skills, good defensive stats, good skater you can see, decent physical, decent shooting. Like, no holes in his game. Fairbury here, definitely more defensive than offensive. -14 on him scares me a little bit too. Miller's a -8 though, so I guess Washington's not a great team. I like Miller though, like I say, he's a bit more all-around. Really has like no value there, so we're going to have to probably give up one of our defensemen. We can keep them since Miller's a straight rental. Let's see, draft pick wise, we have a decent amount of picks this year. If we have like a player they like though, who I'm not a huge fan of, definitely not giving up our medium top 4 defenseman there. Let's see, no contract prospects. Markov, 2059 low elite, not even in the 60s yet at 20 years old, is definitely concerning. So he's actually got more value. I wonder if we could get Miller and like I don't know, a 6th round pick for him. I'd be more than happy with that. There we go. Okay, I think that's a really solid trade. And the trade deadline is now complete, guys. I just made the one trade. As honestly, I felt like that was the only spot we really needed to improve the team. Florida here got Adrian Campe. Arizona got Jacob Trouba. Tampa Bay got Clayton Keller and Luke Kunin. I feel like Tampa Bay just fleeced Arizona there. Wow. Mike McLeod goes to St. Louis. Let's see. Bluger there to the Panthers. Akil Thomas to Detroit. Kind of cool. Camp there to the Rangers. Our trade for Miller. Darnell Nurse to the Sharks. Studnicka and Kaapo Kähkönen to the Oilers. Ken Holland, what are you doing? You get a bottom 6 at best forward and like a low-end starter for Darnell Nurse. Wow. Even if Nurse has 1 year left, that is not a good return at all. Let's see. Brendan Gooley to the Flyers. Krasov to the Devils. Pesce to the Predators. Walker there to the Sens. Connor Timmins went to the Jets. Philip Myers there to Boston. Grzelcyk to Florida. Tippett to the Leafs. John Klingberg to Carolina. And the Sharks get Tarasenko in return. That's a huge trade. Tarasenko for Klingberg. Wow, bit of a blockbuster. Sam Steele and Stetcher to Detroit. So Stetcher returns. That's pretty cool. I feel like Detroit made some nice moves there. And Dan Heinen here is on waivers. We could bring him back to the team. 32 years old, still 80 overall. Never mind, making 3.5 for the next 2 years. That's why he's on waivers, making way too much money. Quick look here at the AHL team. Jarvis, 63 and 64. They're in their division. Hopefully, they get into the playoffs. Also, guys, in regards to the lines after that trade, I made no changes except for subbing in Colin Miller. You can see him and Kokkinen actually get a +1. Now, he's basically just helping out the bottom pair. I don't think he's playing any special team, but I'm still happy with the trades. It gives us a bit more depth on D. And nothing to see here, guys. Record of 50, 26, and 6. Nice to see we actually hit 50 wins. Finished with 106 points on the year. Tied with the Oilers. Stars there, 112. So, no President's Trophy, but we actually might have won the East. We did win the East, so that's kind of cool. Brad Marchand, 93 points, 82 games. Not bad. But no 128 points he had last season, so maybe we should have kept Tavares on that first line. McKinnon, 81. Again, solid, but not as good as last year. Crosby at 80, same with Tavares. Malkin, 75, still at 41 years old. Gensel, 62. I think he needs to get going a bit more than that. Schwartz 58, so I actually gave him some ice time on that third line, and he did pretty well with it, almost 60 points. Hamilton 57 is a D-man, Lindstein 55, can't complain with those. Deneau 32, playing fourth line in PK. That's pretty solid as well. McCann 30, not too bad. Drysdale 23, I like a bit more than that from him, especially averaging 22 minutes of ice time a night. So goaltending wise, Dossel actually got 3 more starts there. Had a .911 and a 2.9. Blomqvist .9 and 3.06. Like, that's fine goaltending. I mean, it's crazy to me. These two are combining for $1.8 million. There is no reason, I think, to spend a lot of money on goalies in this game unless maybe we're just getting lucky or something. I don't know. AHL wise, Jarvis, point per game. Maybe he'll go up to like an 82. We'll call him up next year. Replace Fagemo. Beecher 74. If we can work him in with chemistry, he definitely, could fit. Has really good physical stats. Awesome shot as well. Starterblom 65. McMichael 62. So the AHL team here looks to have done pretty well. Let's see Price's numbers. 0.9 and 2.97. Not too bad. He's probably going to retire. I actually have to check too for AHL team even made the playoffs. First things first, though, let's see entire league here. McDavid 118, so another Art Ross trophy for him. Liney 116 on the Blues. Bedard, Point, Zegras, Aho, Eichel. Lindholm there with 100. Teravainen, okay. Defensively here, Hughes seems to always lead the league in points. Byram 70 points, up to a 91. They still have Makar as well. Geez, that Avs defense so stacked. Zellweger up to an 84, but had a really good season. Okay, kind of cool. One of our Canadian World Junior players. Rookie skaters, this Bakos guy on the Blues, 68. Mikhail Sundin, imagine that was Matt Sundin, 63 on the Bruins. So goaltending numbers here. Ukko-Pekka Lehkonen on Arizona had the most wins. Are you kidding me? .903 and 3.18. Honestly, though, those aren't crazy numbers. I'm still pretty happy with our trade. Shesterkin, .913. Goals against for a starter. It's going to be Dostal, 2.9, I think. Then Iljevic there, 3.0 goals against. So, yeah, I'm pretty happy with our moves there with the goalies. So, check entire league here. Again, I believe we're second in the league. We are second in the league, first in the East. Pretty solid season there from us. Anyone squeak into playoffs? Tampa Bay, 17. That's fine, though. Last in the NHL is going to be the Washington Capitals, 65 points. That's why they had Miller there and Farabee on the block. Goals for here. We're fifth. Not bad. Not as good as last year. Goals against. The second best goals against. We were one away from the William Jennings Trophy. Imagine that. We got the William Jennings Trophy with our 2 former AHL goalies. Wow. Just one less goal against. I wonder actually what happens if your 2 teams are tied in goals against. So the 2 goalies share the William Jennings Trophy. I'm honestly not sure. Have to look that up after recording. AHL team did make the playoffs. They finished 3rd there in the division, so that's cool to see. We'll look here at the NHL, though, and see who we got in the first round of the playoffs. It's going to be the Tampa Bay Lightning. Okay, so I think they still had a pretty solid team. I saw Braden Point was on it. They stole Clayton Keller from the Coyotes. Kucherov on that first line with him and Point. Comfort, Stamkos is still there. Only 82, but yeah, he still got really good offensive stats, kind of like our Malkin. Fabry, Janssen, Kunin, Allison, O'Connor, Hendrickson, Nemesnikov back on the Lightning. Serge has a 92. Wow. Chernik, Lozon, Lindgren, Fowler, Kulak. Goalies, Vasilevsky still a 91 at 33. So they got the best goalie in the league. Sick first line. Pretty good depth on forward and D. Our team's definitely better, though. We have way better defense. Our top 4 is nuts. Goaltending's not as good. Forwards are better. We have a better first line and depth. See what happens here. First 2 games at home. And they're both losses. Just cannot catch a break in these playoffs. I guess we caught a break one time, but come on. We do win. First game in Tampa. Can we win both in Tampa? We do. Okay, series is tied, headed home. And we win at home in OT. We just have to win one of these next 2. Wow, so we lost the first 2 games to Tampa. We then win 4 straight. And look at this rivalry matchup. We have the Philadelphia Flyers next here. It's Sid the Kid versus Connor Bedard, essentially. You have the old face of the NHL versus the new face, plus McDavid works into there, of course. Let's see their lineup. So, Farabee, 96, Connor Bedard, 96 at 22 years old. I don't even think that's that unrealistic either. 99 deking, 97 the rest of his hands. His shot there's on the 90s. 91 speed, 99 offensive awareness, 95 D awareness, 92 shot block, 99 stick check. Connor Bedard is nasty. I haven't really seen much of Matthew Michkov. I actually don't even know what team he's on. Curious to see how he's doing. Bobby Brink there on that first line with him. McLennan, Couture, Frost, Zetterberg, Johansson, Nichushkin, Calhoun, Casper, Ernie. 84 Calhoun, 4th line, opposed to having him on the 3rd line with the 78 or the 2nd line with the 80 is weird. Provorov, 89, leading this defense, which isn't great. They have 3 mid-70s on D, which are definitely like AHL defensemen. 90 overall Carter Hart with a 68 backup. So the team doesn't have a lot of depth, but they do have some star players, of course. So we'll see what happens with that. Also, guys, I just found Matthew Michkov. He's playing on the Bruins' first line with the Sundin dude and Pasternak. What a first line. So Michkov's 94. His shot there is really good. Insane hands. Probably the shot, honestly, isn't better. Somehow has 99 speed. I think I made Bedard faster. So that just kind of shows you it all depends how they grow. Of course, they made that trade for Couturier. Wow, I'm really hoping we don't match up with this Bruins team because they look nasty. So we got the Philadelphia Flyers here in the second round. Hopefully can take them out. And the Bruins aren't even in the playoffs, so we don't have to worry about them. Here we go. Rivalry matchup. Gensel, I saw it, 8 points in 6 games. First 2 games are at home against Philly. We get a 3-1 loss and a 5-3 loss. What the heck? Why can't we just start off the playoffs well? So, we came back from 0-2 to the Lightning. Can we do it against the Philadelphia Flyers? We do win Game 3 there. And we win Game 4. What is happening? Come on, can we do this again? Game 5 is a loss. Our Stanley Cup hopes are on the line right now. Have to win the next 2. Up 1 here. Or sorry, 1-1. I missed their goal. Frost and Gensel. 2-1. Marchand. 6-1. What a third. Fagemo, Hamilton, Crosby, Marchand. We're not going out without a fight. Force Game 7 at home. Winner moves on to Eastern Conference Final, where they're going to play either the Devils or the Senators, I saw. Here we go. Game 7. Actually, it's going to be the Devils if we win it. Let's go. 1-1 after 1. Marchand and Frost. 4-1. Let's go. McKinnon with a couple. McCann. 5-3. Really got a couple there. Gensel, though, gets that insurance goal. I can't believe. Down 2-0 in the first 2 rounds. Able to claw back in 6 in the first, 7 in the second. And like I was saying, guys, we now have the Devils here in the Eastern Conference Final. Marchand's playing well. He's got 15 there and 13. AHL team's still alive as well. I totally forgot to check on them. And we were in the conference final against Syracuse. We're down 1 game, but that's okay. And look at this, guys. Who else would be the Devils' first line left wing? Then Holden Whitmore, the guy we drafted in the first round of 2022. Very good all-around player. 88 overall for them now. He's playing with Hughes and Holtz. He's looking for revenge, but we still have Dougie Hamilton. Hopefully he wants to get back at his old team. 86 Krasov, playing with a 90 Hischier. Miles Wood. Listernin, 83. Mercer, same thing. They got a lot of good players. They got a lot of depth. Uyghur, Nemec, Carlson, Hughes, Johansson, Sherratt. It's a good-looking team. 86 Blackwood. They got star power. They got depth. I think they're kind of like a worse version of us, but, I mean, we're both at the same spot. Anything can happen here for sure. So, we'll sim this thing period by period. First game against the Devils. 4-2. Wow, what a first. McCann with a couple. Tavares, Malkin. Hughes, Mercer for them. 8-3. We are just teeing off on Blackwood, who's still in the net. Wood scored for them. McKinnon, I'm pretty sure just completed the hat trick. He did. Gensel got 1. Same with Malkin, McCann. 9-3. McKinnon adds a 4th. Blackwood is still in the net. They refuse to pull him. I don't think that's going to do anything for his confidence, letting in 9 goals in the first game. We'll take a 9-3 win there, game number 1. That, of course, was at home as well. Only team that would be playing away against is the Stars, who are in the Western Conference Final against the Oilers. Up 1-0 here, game number 2. 2-1, Krasov with a couple. What a third period. We come back, win 5-3. Crosby, Gensel, Marchand, Deneau. Let's go. So, finally, we don't lose the first 2. We actually win both, and pretty convincing fashion, especially that first game. I can't believe we put in 9 goals in a conference final playoff game. Game 3 here. Up 1 with Kinnan, who's playing well. 2-1 for them. Whitmore gets a couple. He's done losing to us. 4-2 there. Still an empty netter this year. Crosby's been kind of quiet. Adds 1 there. So, up 2-1, heading to game 4. This is a big game. Either they tie the series up, or we really take advantage here. 1-0, Tavares. Still 1-0. 2-0, Schwartz there. Gets that insurance goal. 3-1 series lead on the Devils. We just have to win 1 of the next 3, and we move on to the Stanley Cup Final. Looks like we're probably playing the Stars as well. They're up 3-1 there on the Oilers. Here we go, guys. 2-2. Gensel, Crosby, Wood, Krasov. Nothing in the second. 5-3. Let's go. Marchand gets a couple. Schwartz gets 1. Moving on to the Stanley Cup Finals. We've beaten some good teams too. Very curious to see what the Stars team's looking like. They actually beat the Oilers in 5 as well. So, yeah, this Stars team finished ahead of us in the regular season. The 2 best teams in the NHL facing off in the Stanley Cup Final. Very curious to see those lines. Marchand's got 24 and 18. Totally forgot to check our AHL team, unfortunately. They lost in the conference final there to the Syracuse Crunch. So, Stars. Who is leading this team? I feel like they must have drafted somebody Robertson, Sagan, Marchessault. Never mind. They just got their guys. Kerslak here, though. First overall, 2027. Insane shot on the second line. So they drafted him. Brayden Yager as well. He's up to a 90. Playing with Hinster on the second line. Gamache, he's also a dude. 4th overall pick, 2024. Horvat, Wyatt Johnson up to an 87 for them. As a Spitz fan, I love seeing that. And he's got perfect hands, 99 everything. Hinostroza, Persinger, Kasha, Heiskanen, Severson, Sanheim, Lindholm, Rathbone, Harley. That is a very solid defense. They got an awesome number 1 in Heiskanen, tons of depth. Like, compare that to Philly, who had, what, 375s on their D. Andre's very solid goalie, 86. Even Levi, 83 backup. You can see why this team did well. They're very well built, similar to us, and I think they just got lucky, with a few more wins. So let's see if we can take them out. Actually, I'm kind of curious, before we start the sim, something I usually forget to do, but Stanley Cup final matchup, I like to kind of compare the ratings here, see who is better. So we kind of know our ratings, 96, 92, 82. And they had 99, 94, 85. So they got 3 higher offense, 2 higher defense, 3 higher goaltending. Their team is stacked. But we got Crosby, we got McKinnon, we got Malkin. I believe in our guys. First period, Stanley Cup final. We're up 1. Speaking of Sid the Kid, he gets it. Nothing the second. Oh, you're kidding me. Wyatt Johnson. Of course it had to be him. And second OT. Let's go. Dougie Hamilton finds the back of the net. We win that first game. Close game too. Going to double OT in the first game. Quite a bit different there than running up 9 goals on the Devils. Game number 2 now. I forgot to mention this is in Dallas. 1-1. Lindholm, Marchand. 3-1. Marchand with another. Fagemo. 5-1. Fagemo again. Crosby. I was hoping maybe Marchand would get the hat trick, but we get the win, which is all that matters. Game 3, we're headed home. Imagine we sweep this Stars team in the Stanley Cup final. I wouldn't have seen that coming at all. Let's see what happens here. 2-1 for the Stars. Johnston and Marchessault. Marchand for us. Still 2-1. 4-2. What a third. Fagemo, the 4th liner, is just coming up in the playoffs. Tavares, Gensel. 3-0 series lead on the President's Trophy winners in the Stanley Cup final. Are you kidding me? This is what you play for. Game 4 at home. Chance to win the Stanley Cup. Let's go. 0-0 after 1. Down 1. We're going to have to resume sim here. Shots are pretty equal. Power play. Can we kill it off? We cannot. Not looking good. Down 2. We had a big third period though last game, so you never know. Still about half the period to go. Come on. It's probably all she wrote, I assume. I don't think we're coming back from this. 5, yeah, okay. 4-0, 5 minutes to go. So no sweep down the Stars. No win at home yet. Could win at home if we win Game 6, but I'd much rather not have it go that far. Just win here, Game 5 in Dallas. Here we go, guys. Down 2-1, you kidding me? Sagan, Lindholm, Jones for us. 5-2, what a second. Gensel gets 2, Crosby gets 1, Drysdale. Resume simulation. We got the 3-goal lead. We got a power play, chance to make it a 4-goal lead. Dallas kills it off. Another power play. They're getting worried here. They're getting chippy. Halfway through the third period now. Still a 3-goal lead. Another power play for the Stars. Costin gets the short-handed goal. Let's go. 5 minutes to go. 4-goal lead. 2.5 minutes. 50 seconds left. We are going to be Stanley Cup champions once again. I love it. I'm not going to lie, guys. I forgot to do computer versus computer here. Also kind of fun, too, to actually play with your franchise team and get a feel for what they're like. Because, a lot of players you're never going to be able to use other than franchise to see what's like a 80 Malkin play like. They got Levi in net, so they pulled Ottinger. I still can't believe they didn't pull Blackwood that first game against the Devils. We let in 9. Oh, no. Good save there. I'm actually curious who was our playoff starter, because they were sharing games all year. I think Dostal got a few more starts, but I had Blomqvist as the starter. Malkin here, 2 seconds left. 1 final shot, and there you go. We are Stanley Cup champions. It was Dostal in net, which I'm glad about because he had the better stats. McKinnon there, I think is this his first win with us? Did he win that last Stanley Cup? I actually can't remember. Let's go. Tavares as well. This team stacked top to bottom. I'm trying to think, too, how many expiring contracts we have. I know a lot of the veterans I gave 2-year deals to. I didn't want to have to keep re-signing them. Guys like Crosby, Malkin, etc. This was a good Dallas team. I mean, there's a reason they won the President's Trophy. I can't believe we almost swept them, beating them in 5. Just shows you how good this team is. You got the handshake line, Crosby shaking Robertson's hand. Robertson's been a very good player for Dallas in real life. I think he's averaging like a point per game in his first 100 NHL games or whatever it is. Very impressive. Is that Jake Gensel? I'm not sure who that's supposed to be. Kotkinen in there, bottom pairing D-man. And Crosby, of course, waiting for Bettman to come out, get another Stanley Cup. Brad Marchand as a Pittsburgh Penguin. You gotta love it. Oh no, sorry, that's Gensel. I'm not sure who the other guy was. Maybe Jane Schwartz was the other blonde. And Crosby's getting the Conn Smythe. Let's go. He had 17 points there. I'm thinking that's probably the wrong number. And I never saw him actually leading and scoring for us in the playoffs. So he must have really came alive for us in this Stanley Cup final matchup with the Stars. We'll have to, of course, check the points after. And you know what I just realized, guys? McKinnon's still wearing 22, even though Fleury's no longer on the team. Thing is, I think Fleury's number would definitely be retired by the Penguins, so I don't mind him still wearing 22. And here you go. Sid going out and getting that Stanley Cup for the 5th time in his career. 2nd time in our franchise. Gotta love that. Never gets old. Curious to see who's the first guy to get the cup. I really wish they would add a thing where it's like always going to like the veteran who's never won it kind of thing, opposed to, I don't know what it is right now, random. He gives it to 33. He's got a great beard. I can't tell who this is though. Colin Miller was the first guy to get it. I actually like that. Got him at the trade deadline. I don't think Miller's ever won a cup, so that's actually pretty cool. Tavares gets it next. Pretty crazy. Tavares doesn't even wear a letter on our team, but still a leader for us nevertheless. And here you got Dostal in the Stanley Cup. I'm thinking a big reason why we won this cup was just having him and Blomqvist on such cheap contracts, both playing so well throughout the regular season. Dostal playing good for us in the playoffs. Definitely got to see his numbers as well. And next year, of course, you got the classic Stanley Cup pick. I mean, look at this team. Sid, Tavares, Gensel, Marchand. Like, are you kidding me? We're just so stacked. There you have it, guys. Pittsburgh Penguins are Stanley Cup champions once again. The AHL is still going on, so I don't think we can see awards till that's over. But there we go. Pittsburgh Penguins Stanley Cup champs. Calder Cup champs, Iowa Wild. Roloffs there had a pretty good playoff for the AHL team. McKinnon, 29 points, 23 games for the playoffs. I'm curious, what did Crosby have then? Crosby also had 29. Okay. Identical stats, 11 goals, 18 assists. He was a plus 19 though, so 2 better. Way more penalty minutes though. McKinnon took 1 penalty the entire playoff. He also had an extra game-winning goal. I think they got this wrong. I think the Conn Smythe Trophy winner should have been McKinnon. I mean, dude was just a cleaner player, an extra game winner. Marchand even, 28 points with a few game winners. Less penalties as well. Gensel, what are Crosby and Gensel doing in the box so much? But I'm really glad to see Gensel have such a good playoff after having a pretty underwhelming regular season. And like I was saying, goaltender stats. Dostal, .911 and 2.84. Like, you cannot ask for better than that from an 83. So, definitely be keeping him and Blomqvist. We, of course, know our road. Lightning in 6, Flyers in 7, Devils in 5, Stars in 5. Stars there beat the Knights in 5, Coyotes in 7, Oilers in 5 before losing to us. Take a look at the awards next here. Stanley Cup champs. Looks good to see that again. Unfortunately, you can't see our other Stanley Cup win because it's been so long ago. Dallas Stars presidents, Clarence Campbell, we get the Prince of Wales. Individual here, McDavid, Art Ross, and the Hart. James Norris went to Quinn Hughes for the 3rd straight year. James Norris Trophy isn't supposed to just be, you know, most points for a defenseman. Patrick Laine, Lady Bang, pretty cool. I mean, he's playing between Pasternak and Michkov on the first line. That's definitely going to help you out. Crosby, Conn Smythe, very cool. Levi, Vezina Trophy. Wait a minute. He was the starter, not... no. I think Levi must have won this as a backup. Andre was definitely the starter. Nedeljkovic there, William Jennings, Bertuzzi, Bill Masterton, Flames coach Jack Adams, O'Reilly, Selke. Again, couldn't have done it with us, though, even though he's won it 3 of the last 5 years. McDavid, Ted Lindsay, and Maurice Richard. I didn't check the goals. That's kind of crazy. So AHL here, I guess we're checking individual awards first. A bunch of names I don't recognize. Jordan Spence, though, best defenseman. Okay. I don't know who that is. Schmitz, community involvement. Team awards, Iowa Wild won the Calder Cup. Did we get... I don't think we won our division or anything. So, yeah, no AHL awards. I got to take a look and see Dallas goaltending situation. How did Devin Levi win the Vezina? I mean, I like him, but it doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. 22 games played, and he's winning the Vezina. That's annoying. And the draft results are in here, guys. Washington picking 1st overall. That's got to hurt the Washington fans. You're picking 1st overall. Sid's lifted another Stanley Cup. Winnipeg jumps from 9 to 2. Pretty big day for them. Looking for the retired players here. We got to see, of course, do Crosby and Malkin want to go out champions? If I was them at 40 years old, I probably am walking away. And Marchand walks away. Crosby and Malkin aren't done yet. They won a 6th. Marchand there finished with over a point per game, 1407 and 1380. Kopitar solid career, finished with the Islanders. It's only a 77 at that point. Sucks losing Marchand. He was still a very good player for us. I mean, literally a year before he retired, he had a career year of 128. Like, that's crazy. Barry there calling it quits. Very good offensive defenseman. Drew Doughty, Jordan Eberle, Jordan Stahl, Chris Kreider, Riley Smith, Brock Nelson, Anders Lee. A lot of Islanders here. Tyler Johnson, Brendan Saad, Brian Rust, former player of ours, Andre Palat, Boone Jenner was on the wing, Silverberg there, back on Ottawa, Justin Falk, Cam Fowler, Foligno, Craig Smith, Blake Coleman, Charlie Coyle. Okay, goaltending-wise, Carey Price does retire, I kind of figured. We know one last round of our AHL team. Bobrovsky and Anderson, Jake Allen, Bernier, Ranta, Picard, all retire too. And we're now at the draft here, guys. We're going to take a look and see who the top picks are going to be. I think in the last episode I forgot to actually show the top 5. Apologies for that. Looks to just be medium elite. So it was a high top 6 actually. Projected to go 3. Couple gems there. Ooh, low elite 233. Definitely pin him. 69. Nice, this defenseman. Probably a low top 4 though, so I'm not really sure how much we want him. Let's see here. 40. Good chance to be medium elite. Okay. Goalie, 59, good chance to be medium elite. So I'm just going to send to our pick here, guys. Of course, 32nd pick since we won the Cup. Oilers, what a great pick there. Drudry, 75 overall, medium top 4. The 30th pick in the draft. That's probably like better than some of the top picks. 82 medium elite, 78 medium elite, 77 high top 6. 81 medium elite at 6. And then, yeah, the Oilers, 78 medium top 4 for the Rangers. That's nice. The Oilers, though, got a top 10 pick there at 30. So what a pick for them. I'm hoping we can do something similar here. There's a couple guys I was seeing. It's these two here. Dumont, guaranteed, or actually not guaranteed. Probably, though, medium top 6. 3-year NHL ETA. Then you got Harris here, defenseman. Guaranteed medium top 4. NHL ETA. NHL ready. Mark-Edward Vlasic, similar style. Cade Harris. Wow, what a pick this could be. Take a look and see what's his overall. 77, medium top 4. I thought the Oilers pick was nice, but ours is even better. Also, guys, look at this. He's got 2 X factors, bouncing back at you. And looking at his stats here, you can see good skater, tough defenseman. Love it. And our next pick here is number 55, which isn't too bad. It's in the 2nd round. There's still some talent. This goalie here could be medium elite. He's got a good chance. 3-year NHL ETA is actually making me think he is medium elite because that's pretty good for a goalie. He's definitely our highest pin. There's this guy who's medium starter. NHL ETA, those 5 years. Also this gem here, guaranteed low top 4. There's a guy right below him who might be low top 4. Oh, this is tough. We could try and trade back in to get Zaitsev. NHL ETA, those 4 years. Does he have X factors? Doesn't even look like he has X factors. I'm going to take a chance with the goalie, then we'll try and trade back in around the 69th pick. And he is medium elite. There we go. So that was definitely worth it. And so right now, guys, I'm trying to get the 67th pick from the Lightning for a 4th and 5th rounder. I don't know if they'll go for this. They don't go for that. Maybe 2 4th rounders. That seems more than fair for 1/3. They're still saying no. Okay, I think honestly the better route would probably just to be like give them a 3rd next year and a 7th this year. Something like that. There we go. That's actually really good value too because we got an early 3rd round pick from them. It's a 3rd pick in the 3rd round. Whereas our 3rd round pick next year could be like a late 3rd and all they got was a 7th. Look at all these pins, but we're gonna go with the guy who is a gem. Or is he gone? There's no way he's gone. Was it Zaitsev? I think it was Zaitsev. Okay, so still some guys here guaranteed medium starter. What really sucks about that, guys, is the gem I swear was ranked 69. Now it's Corvo was ranked 69, so they must like change the rankings. I traded for the 70th pick. Rather than draft another defenseman or another goalie, I'm actually gonna go with Chistov here. Latvian. Looks kind of sick. He's 5'8", so he lacks size, but good chance to have ankle breaker, puck on a string, so he's gonna have nasty hands. Hopefully he's a good player. 64 low top 6, that's not too bad. Now we're getting an offer here from Minnesota, a 5th and a 6th for our 4th. I'm going to decline. We offered Tampa Bay basically the same thing, they said no. So let's see what we have left here on our pins. There is the gem still, who's like ranked 200 or 233. We can definitely wait on him. Hopefully like absolute diamond in the rough. Good chance this guy's medium top 6, rank 126. He's like the next highest basically. He's got like the best potential. Edgar Bennington from Sudbury. Medium top 9, not terrible. We actually have another 4th round pick here, guys. The last pick in the 4th round. Moen here is next highest ranked. Low elite. NHL ETA, though, is 5 years. Let's see if we can find better than that. So this Finnish guy here, Vitaluma, has an NHL ETA, 3 years guaranteed. I like when they start off a bit higher rated because it's hard to get a guy to go from 50 to 80 in only 60 years or whatever. So we'll take a look here. I think you can actually check. He's got low top 9. He's 63. Okay, so not terrible. simming to the 160th pick now. I'm thinking we'll take this Helm guy, and then we'll sim to our next pick, take the gem. So Helm here, what's his potential? 59 low, bottom 6. We actually have the first pick in the 6th round, so not going to risk it. We're going to take the gem. Derek Irving. And 49 low elite, but in the 6th round, you really can't complain. And that's it for our draft, guys. Overall, though, very happy with how that turned out. Like, we got a lot of good players there, especially considering the fact we won the cup and we're usually picking last pick in the round. And so we're not the re-sign phase here, guys, with $45 million in cap space. That's pretty crazy. John Tavares is down to 88, wants to come back. I see McKinnon there only has 1 year left, too, at 14 mil. Tavares, 8.9. It's really not that bad. He's actually cheaper on a 1 year, though. I feel like might as well do 1 year, especially he might retire or whatever. So let's offer 8.5 for 1 year. I doubt it's that much more expensive next year. Gensel Drysdale locked up. Lindstein obviously will qualify. We'll see what he wants. This is his first real contract, I believe, and he wants to get paid $10 million. Dougie Hamilton here, I'd love to keep. $8 million. That's not terrible. Cap's gone up. Schwartz is now at 86, only making 1.9. That's great contract. Same with Costin, still at 3.7 for an 85. Brodin's gone down to 84. Really solid defensively still. $5 million, 4.8 for 1 year. Again, like, might as well do the 1 year. Like, what a chance they're gonna ask for that much more. Let's try like 4.5 for 1. Crosby, I forgot, needs a new contract. 40 years old, still 84 overall, producing. Finally gone down a bit. Let's just keep him on 1 year. So let's offer 5.5, see what he says. Jared McCann does not want an extension. He wants 3.2. We were paying him like 900K, so we can probably find a new third-line center. Colin Miller wants to come back, $2 million, and then probably wait on that. Fajimo, 2.7. Yeah, I think we have other guys. Miller, we have enough young defensemen. We can probably let him go as well. Dano, I think, really helped out the PK and stuff. 1.5 for him, like, isn't bad at all. They're the best fourth-line center in the NHL. Beecher here's been in the AHL, and he only wants 900K. That's great. Pocket we want to bring back. Almost $2 million for an 80. That's going to be a no. See if Max Jones, 1.5 for an 80. Again, just too much money when we have good depth in the AHL. For Hamilton here, guys, I'm thinking we'll offer 7.5. See what he says. I think to our goalies, all need new contracts. Lennox hasn't gone up since we signed him, so we'll definitely get a new, just completely new AHL tandem. Could even give one of our medium elite goalies an AHL backup role. Connolly's kind of there messing it up. So Blomqvist, what's he want? 1.7. Dostal, 6.3. I mean, he played well for us, but that's a big jump from 900K, especially when Blomqvist had similar numbers. He's only asking 1.7. Probably going to let Dostal go to free agency, and then we'll kind of see what else is out there. So John Beecher there accepted his offer. Might be a fourth liner for us next season. Phil Deneau also accepted his offer. That's awesome. Same with Brodin. Hamilton wants a bit more money. Crosby accepted. Same with Tavares. And we still have $29 million to spend. So even after we get Hamilton and Lindstein locked up, we're going to be looking pretty good, I think. We'll try 7.75 there for Hamilton. And for Lindstein, we only do need him for 3 more years. I mean, it's going to be an RFA, though, even if we do the 1 year deal. So maybe it makes sense to keep doing ones until, like, Crosby and Malkin retire. Let's try 8.75 for him, 1 year. There you go, Dougie Hamilton accepted the offer. Same with Lindstein. I wasn't sure he would. I thought it might be a bit too cheap. That leaves us with $14 million in salary cap space to sign an NHL goalie. And that's about it. Maybe a couple depth players. Like, we're actually in a really good spot financially. Obviously, losing Marchand, though, definitely a big hit. Let's see if we can just get Blomqvist under contract right now. 1.5, 1 year. And looking at our defense here, guys, we need a contract to Cade Harris. We just drafted first round. Now, I think we'll need at least one more NHL defenseman if Orio's on the bottom pair. Like I said, we need an NHL goalie. And then forward-wise, probably need like one top 9, ideally top 6 forward. But all that for $14 million should be more than doable. And Blomqvist did accept our 1 year, 1.5 offer. So yeah, we have $13 million now. We're in a good spot. And so we're now at the free agency period here, guys. Curious to see who's available. We definitely need to sign a lot of like two-way forwards. Had to let go 3 or 4 dudes that were 27, basically aged out of the AHL. Adam Boquist, 91 overall. Geez, Brad Lambert's at RFA. Farabee there. Joakim Kamel, Chinikov, up to an 88. That's kind of nuts. Nietzsche's Beniers, both UFAs. Yeah, we have $13 million. I don't really think it can make sense to spend it all on one guy. Definitely still looking for steals. Werenski at 8.8. Wow, that would be crazy. But then at that point, Brodin's on the bottom pair. It's like, I don't know if it's worth it. Maybe it is. O'Reilly, 9.4 for an 89 is pretty good value. I also see the Calder winner here still doesn't have a new contract. Mikhail Sundin with the Bruins. Doesn't really make sense, I don't think, though, to like go after someone like that, give up picks. Brendan Brisson, 86, $5 million, 1 year left to grow. He had 50 points last year in 12 minutes of ice time. Wow. He's got 97 hands, really good skater, good shot. Defensive awareness isn't the greatest, but that might be worth thinking about. Also, too, guys, a couple of their forwards look like pretty decent value. Clayton Keller, 87, only wants 7.7. Kuznetsov, 88, wants 7.2. Tons of X factors. Could have him on the same line with Malkin. Maybe him, Malkin, Tavares, the second line would be pretty nasty. Now, goalies, we do need one. Vasilevsky's available. Imagine we brought in Vasilevsky. That would be nuts, too. Wow. The thing is, like I was saying, I don't think goalies matter too much. Like, look at 90 overall. He had a .9, a 3.23 for the Lightning last year. Like, that's not that crazy. Dostal wants 6.5 again. That's a lot when John Gibson is asking for $3 million. Numbers haven't been the greatest the last few seasons, but you can see the wins there aren't that good. Last year, the wins were there. Ducks are a worse team than us, though. Gibson would be very interesting to bring in. And actually, guys, I just found the goalie I want. Plekhanov here, 83 overall at 23 years old, highly potential. Wants $1.2 million for 1 year. He is an RFA. Check this dude out, though. The stats there aren't bad. 99 glove high. You are never beating this guy up high. That's unreal. Poise 78 is not bad for a 23-year-old. Pretty good speed there. A little bit aggressive, but 99 endurance as well. This guy looks like he could be a cheat code. 75 angles kind of sucks, but the rest of it's really good. I'm going to offer him... We just want to get him off the team, so... I don't know, what would Arizona match? I'm willing to give up like a second-round pick for this guy. Now, he is only 83 overall, but he's got highly potential, so he could grow over the summer even. I'm going to do 1 year, $4 million. We give up a second-round pick. We'll see if Arizona, matches that or not. That leaves us still with about $10 million in cap space. So, really, we can still go get a star player. Try and fill in the rest of the team with depth. I'm currently looking at Werenski, Kuznetsov. Who do we need more? I feel like our top 4D is solid. It's just like a bottom pairing guy is going to be tough to get. Colin Miller at 2.5 is actually one of the cheaper defensemen, surprisingly. But I just found Niemelainen here, 30 years old, 80 overall. He's got 860 awareness, 87 shot block, stick check. For a bottom pairing guy, this is all we need. Law for 900K there for 1 year. Again, if we sign Werenski, Brodin goes the bottom pair, which makes no sense. Turikov, 2380. This guy is definitely an RFA. Really good defensive stats. I'm going to do 1.875. I think that's like about the most we can give up without giving up a pick. They probably match, but if not, really good value. And look at this guy I just found. Davis, 2480 low elite, still growing. He's got good D awareness, okay skating, great hands. Physical's not the best, but it's not terrible either. I mean, this guy's going to keep growing for us. Oh my gosh. I love when like 2 years somehow it goes cheaper than 3 years. Okay, so let's offer, I mean, even 3 years though we have him for the rest of this thing. Let's do 3 years, 1.35. I think that's a really good contract if he says yes. So we know we don't need Werenski now. I'm thinking we go after Kuznetsov, him and Malkin. Plus he's got all those X factors. 2 years, 1 year, he only asked for 6. Let's do 1 year, $7 million. See what he says. So far, really happy with all these offers we made. Now we still need to look at two-way players. Casey Middlestat, 29 years old, 81 overall. That'd be a great guy to just have in the bottom 6. Take a look at potential here. Olesen, 2578. He's solid. Lynn's an RFA, so I think we'll sign the top 2. Also, this Cylinder guy here, 2053 low top 6. For a free guy, we'll take him. And Bure here, 2475 low elite. That's a pretty solid AHL defenseman. Also, Jacob Conklin, 2378 medium top 6 defenseman. We'll see what he says. I also see Lamoureux here, 2479, 6'7". High top 6. The Wild like him. He doesn't really change. Let's do like a 3-year here. He wants a 2-way. Let's do like, I don't know, 2 years here at 1.5. I assume the Wild match this, but you never know. And looking at 2-way goalies, there is like nobody. Hope here looks okay. 2170 medium fringe. Lockhart, 2170 medium fringe. Geez, maybe we just sign like a high-rated guy to the AHL starter, then have one of our medium elites be the backup. I'm thinking Cranley here, since he has at least 1 year left to grow. We'll sign him for 1 year, be the AHL starter. And so Cylinder here accepted the offer, just like a 2-way guy. Waiting to hear back from the other players. Middlestat decided to go with another team at this time. He returned to Buffalo. Fine. Niemelainen helps with the bottom D pair. Turikov accepted as of now. If we can get him, that'd be nice. Olesen accepted. Cranley, we got our AHL starter. Lamoureux accepted as of now. Stankoven, Davis there. Bure, Plekhanov. If we get that high elite goalie with the 99 glove, that would be insane. We'll see if Arizona matches. Conklin, waiting to hear back from Kuznetsov as well. LA Kings chose to match the offer to Turikov. I think that was like one of the defensemen, so that's okay. Kuznetsov accepted. He wants to join Malkin. Let's go. And the offer sheet to Lamoureux has also been matched by the Wild. Fine, you gotta throw those out there. The goalie, though. Has the goalie been matched? Dubois for Hamilton? That's not... Let's take a look. Dubois 90 overall. He's a power forward. We definitely help chemistry-wise, but we just brought in Kuznetsov, so it doesn't really make a lot of sense to make this trade. And Coyotes chose to match. Okay, I was thinking maybe $4 million would have been enough, so we still need an NHL starter. And we still have $6.8 million in cap space. We're trying to sign another RFA here. Jacob Combs on the Oilers, 82 overall defenseman. Okay. Let's do like 2 years here at, I mean, I don't see, they'd have to literally be at the max cap to not match this, but you never know. Like, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. You guys know this. Jarmelson, 2485, third round pick by the Rangers 2023. He's got some pretty nice stats on him. 5.7. Dostal's still here. Could, like, hold out. How many of these goalies are going to get signed? Maybe bring Dostal back for cheaper. There's really not that many guys left. Now, speaking of the goalies available, Devin Levi, coming off a Vezina Trophy, only asking for $2 million. He put up a .927 and a 2.24 in his 22 games played. Dallas had a really good defense in front of him. I mean, on Buffalo the year prior, though, he was a starter, and he had solid numbers again, under 3 goals against. Maybe we bring in Levi here for another tandem. Saves us a lot of money. We'd actually still have some money to get it like a legit defenseman or a forward. And there we go, Levi signed with the team. So we got the Vezina Trophy winner. Combs they're accepting as of now. Oilers most likely are going to match. Yeah, I was going to say, the only way they win is if they're at the max cap and couldn't make a trade happen. So we still have $5.6 million to get a bottom pairing D-man, maybe bring in another forward as well. And look at this, guys. I was waiting for some steals. Colin White, 83 overall, wants $800K. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we'll do 2 years here at $950. I don't know why some guys all of a sudden just ask for nothing. It's like they think a team's not going to sign them. I don't really know. Still don't need a solid defenseman. We saw it too, like if Levi has good D in front of him, he'll put up good numbers. Could bring back Colin Miller, honestly. He's only asking for 2.3. That might be the play. He had good chem. Let's do this. No one's really interested. We'll try 2.2 for 1 year. I think he'll say yes to that. And we still actually would have a bit of money. We could go after like a Raquel for 2.3. He's 85. He'd be very solid. Sam Bennett, 2.9. He's an overall lower. Defensive stats there actually are about the same. So yeah, we have the money. Let's go after Raquel. Like an 85 for that price for 2 years is such a good contract. I gave him exactly what he's asking for. We'll see what he says. I think too, we should have just enough contract spots for these guys. Jordan Kyrou for a second and a third. He's a good player, I'm sure. 85, but he's making almost 6. We're about to get Raquel for less than half of that, potentially. And Miller says yes. Colin White said yes. Waiting on Raquel. I decided to accept your offer, but you have a full roster. Okay, so we gotta go make a quick trade here. Clear up a spot for him. And I'm looking at our defense here, guys. I just realized I signed Colin Miller. I didn't even have to. For some reason, I thought this Davis guy we got was like a two-way player, but no. We signed a 1.3 for 3 years. 80 overall low elite. The good thing is, though, we can kind of mix and match Miller, Davis, Niemelainen on the bottom pair. Whoever gets the best chemistry, that's going to be who plays. And so next year, guys, trying to trade a couple contracts to Washington, making it realistic. I'm giving them a 7th, taking a 7th, so they're getting 2 AHL players for free. Now, we'd actually be moving up in the draft, and I think they know that, because they're worse than us. Okay, I don't know. Give them like 2 7ths to get theirs, take on these guys. Wow. I'm going to try doing the trade with Vegas now. It's not as bad. They're actually going to move up around. There we go. So it was a bit tougher to do. I'm not sure if they changed that or what. Hopefully Raquel is still there. He's actually probably gone down in price if he is. He is still there. 2 point. He has gone down slightly. Like, look at the numbers around there. Sam Bennett's pretty good too, but again, Raquel's cheaper, 1 overall higher. Boston still hasn't signed Sundin. That is interesting. So We're going to offer Raquel 2.3 for 2 years. We'll still have a couple $1,000,000 to spend too, but probably just save it to give us, more wiggle room at the trade deadline. Have money too for, future contract signings. And there you go, guys. Raquel did accept the offer, so could still sign one more guy. I'm going to kind of look at the depth chart and see what we need. Now, honestly, guys, I think our NHL team's good, so I'm going to sign Svitov here for the AHL. He has a perfect shot. Third round pick, 2022. Look at that wrist shot. Even the slap shot accuracy, 97. 96 speed. See if he can be like an AHL superstar for us. Alright, guys, so now let's start next season. I noticed we don't really need Colin Miller. The two other defensemen we signed are good enough for the bottom pair. That was just my mistake. I wasn't keeping track of how many D-men we had. So, 2.2 million, we've read up. Again, just give us more room at the deadline. St. Louis wants him. Same goes for Kane Gooley. Don't really need him on the AHL, especially 26 when he left to grow. 7th D potential. I think I mentioned in a previous episode, but I've since boosted his rating a bit, so hopefully he'll actually grow a bit more in franchise. Trying to trade them with a 4th to get the St. Louis 2nd. We'll see what they say here. Trades rejected, okay, so maybe no 4th on our side. We'll just do it straight up for a 3rd. They do like Miller. I noticed he'd definitely be in their top 6, maybe top 4. Trade accepted, okay. That trade gives us a couple more roster spots, and you can see, too, we have $6 million in cap space. So, already we could sign, somebody good. If there's anybody good in free agency right now, this Sundin guy. Could we steal the Calder winner from Boston? Milano, McCann. I mean, the fact McCann's there, he played really well for us. Could bring him in just to give us, even more depth on the NHL team. We're going to offer Sundin here $5 million for 2 years. We'd have to give up a 2nd round pick. If Boston's at the salary cap max, can't afford him, we just steal the Calder winner. If he says no, I actually might bring McCann back on the team just because he played good for us and he's really cheap now. And I think John Beecher's currently 4th line. McCann's probably a little bit better. Just a line in there from the Flames. Again, our defense is solid though. Waiting to hear what Boston says. Accepts as of now. Will they match? Wow, that's insane. Mikael Sundin, Calder winner. Boston chose not to match your offer. Given the small salary at stake, only had to give up a 2nd round pick. Couple X factors there. Wow, what a signing for us. So, yeah, definitely don't need McCann now. So after signing Sundin, guys, I'll show you what our team's looking like heading into next season. Very excited to see if we can defend our Stanley Cup because team's looking stacked. We got Gensel, Crosby, McKinnon on the first line, getting a +5. Kuznetsov, Tavares, Malkin on the 2nd, also getting a +5. Schwartz, Sundin, Kostin. This is a nasty 3rd line. 4th line here, probably the best 4th line in hockey. Colin White, Philip Deneau, Ricard Raquel. Are you kidding me? I actually had Raquel on the 3rd line before. We signed Sundin. I think Koss was playing center because he does have deep in faceoffs. But yeah, this just gives us so much more depth. I mean, it's incredible. Defensively, Lindstein, Hamilton, Drysdale, Brodin, still our top pair. Niemelainen, Davis on the bottom pair looks solid. Davis is young, really good hands. Still solid defensive stats still. And then Niemelainen there, good defensively. Physically 6'5". I think we're looking good on D. Goaltending, Blomqvist, Levi. I still can't believe we got the Vezina winner and we got the Calder winner both on our team. AHL-wise, Offman, Beecher, Jarvis, nasty 1st line, Soderblom, Safronov, Olesen get a +2. I mean, the bottom 6 here you can see is all 70s. Defensively, a lot more 70s now than last year, so hopefully this team can make a Calder Cup run. Cranley's our starter, 78. Connolly backing him up, so medium starter. I think the 2 medium league goalies are still unsigned because they're both pretty low rated. And we'll take a look here, guys, at our ratings for next season. Again, this team looks good. I think definitely a good shot to repeat. 96 offense, only 89 defense. That's a bit surprising. 83 goaltending. So we'll see whether or not we can win back-to-back cups here in the next episode. If you guys enjoyed this one, leave that thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit the sub button down below. And as always, guys, thanks so much for watching. Have a nice day. Goodbye.